What's happening, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility, back at you with yet another Forgotten Favorites. This is day 19. We're looking back each and every day here this month in May 2024 at albums that kind of fell way, way under the radar, maybe pretty obscure, maybe a little known album by a notable musician or act, right? But definitely favorites of ours, but either forgotten or never discovered by everybody else. Today, this is a very cool one from 1971. Interesting story here. So you had two cats playing with Atomic Rooster, and then that classic lineup of the band, as short-lived as it was, kind of imploded. You had the guitar player and the drummer going off to form a new band with a bass player who was also in another fairly notable band, calling themselves Bullet, The Entrance to Hell. And of course, that is John Ducan and Paul Hammond from Atomic Rooster. And then, of course, you got Mr. John Gustafson from Quatermass on bass. But you may be saying, but Pete, wasn't that band called Hard Stuff? Yes! They originally were called Bullet. Then they found out after they had already recorded pretty much the whole album, or most of it anyway. Actually, yeah. They discovered there was another band already with that name, so they had to kind of reconvene, change the name, and then decided to scrap the album and go and re-record it all over again as Hard Stuff. They got signed to Purple Records, Deep Purple's record label, and Hard Stuff released, what was it, 2, 3 albums? I forget. No, it's definitely 2. Was there a third one? Don't remember. The first album, really, really good. And the original recordings of their original band name, Bullet, kind of sat there in the vaults for many, many years. Well, thanks to the folks at Angel Air Records, we did finally get all of the Bullet recordings, right, that were done prior to them going and redoing the album as Hard Stuff. Here, you got 17 tracks. And you'll notice, if you know the Hard Stuff, you'll hear early versions of a lot of those classics on this particular album. So I'll just read you a little blurb here. Bullet was formed in 1970, following on from John Ducan and Paul Hammond's very successful period in Atomic Rooster, joining forces with John Gustafson, who also experienced considerable commercial success with the Big Three, Mersey Beats, and Quatermass. And you had the Temple for a Supergroup, of course. The band sat about recording songs in 1970 1971, written by either Ducan or Gustafson, and promptly got themselves a recording deal with the now infamous Purple Records. Problem was, there was already another group in existence then from the U.S. called Bullet, and there was a threat in legal action, so the band promptly changed their name to Hard Stuff and re-recorded some of the Bullet tracks for their first release. Now released for the first time, the original Bullet tracks from 1970-1971 from masters held in storage over the past 40 years by John Ducan, classic rock. So, as you can tell, they're looking pretty serious there, right? These guys. So, if you know at all the music of Atomic Rooster featuring these two guys, right? We're specifically looking at the first album, which, let's not go the first album there, because the first Atomic Rooster album, which was had Carl Palmer on drums and originally no guitars on it. Later, the guitars of John Ducan were added to that album, and very, very cool stuff. But Death Walks Behind You is really the album, the blueprint for something like this. That's the heaviest Atomic Rooster album. It's pretty much a proto-metal album. You get that here as well. Quatermass, also a very heavy progressive rock album. No guitars on that, but heavy Hammond organ and keyboards, right? So you get that kind of blueprint of very keyboard heavy stuff with two other bands coming into this band with no keyboards, but still keeping up that kind of power trio thing. This is raw, uncompromising, bluesy, heavy rock. You could call it proto-metal. There is also on some of these songs, I get like a kind of like Humble Pie, Savoy Brown, early Foghat, but much heavier. There's kind of like a boogie type thing going on a few of these tracks, but man, the guitar is like so raw and just big in your face. There's some great stuff in here. The vocals are very, very well done. There's some good jamming on here, blistering guitar solos. Some of the highlight tracks here. Millionaire is great. No Witch at All is really good. Taken Alive to me sounds like could be a Savoy Brown or early Foghat track. Definitely like a boogie track. The Soul That I Had, Entrance to Hell, title track is great. Sinister Minister is fantastic. You would know that from the Hard Stuff album. They did that. Hell, Demonic Possession, also really good. Jam the Rock and Jam the Taker, both really, really good. Door Slams, Monster in Paradise is another big, heavy track. Yeah, this is really good stuff. Let me see if I have anything else I can show you here. Angel Air always did a great job on this sort of thing. Get all sorts of photographs and whatnot. Like I said, if you're familiar with Hard Stuff and you like those albums, specifically that debut, this will be worth checking out for sure. Like I said, John Ducan vocals and Fender Stratocaster guitar, Paul Hammond Gretsch drums, and John Gustafson Fender bass, also vocals as well. So yeah, really good stuff. Good, solid, raw, heavy, bluesy, heavy rock proto-metal from 1970, 1971. That if you're into the heavy stuff from the very, very early days, you need to add this into your collection. I would say even if you have the Hard Stuff albums, you'll want to get this because there's additional tracks in that never made it to that band, and you hear some of those songs in its even more raw state early on. So yeah, The Entrance to Hell is my pick for today from Bullets, soon to become Hard Stuff. Let us know what you think of this if you have it down in the comments below. Otherwise, go seek it out, listen to it, let us know what you think. Also, list your pick for today, pick number 19. And we'll see you tomorrow for another one. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in. Ranking the albums coming up in just a little bit. Grant Arthur is coming back. We're going to rank the catalog of Firefall from Colorado. That's happening in just under an hour, so we'll see you then. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.